Now while you're watching this video, please remember to like, subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon for notification of future videos and share this video also. Thank you. Well, hello there, welcome back to my channel guys. Yes, so today, as you can see, the title of this video suggests the struggles of being a Christian YouTuber. I'd said that I'm going to do a video like this, right, in my previous video, and so now here we have this video. At the time I would be recording this video, it would be Wednesday. No, it would be Thursday. I'm going to put the date on the screen, right? It would be Thursday at the month of May, and the time is 10 minutes to 3 a.m. That's the time I'm actually recording this video, right? All the more reason to tell you the basic hardship of being a Christian YouTuber. Now, in my previous video, I did say that I am going to post Sex Talk 101 number 3 today in the evening, right? I didn't get to do it, and here's what happened. I actually fell asleep, right? Just I was about to edit it and so forth, I fell asleep, and then I wake up back late in the night. And by the time I did a couple things, I realized that it wouldn't make any sense for me to start editing it now, because the editing is going to take some time, right? And I'm just saying this now to let you understand that YouTube is no joke, right? It's really, really hard sometimes. So you can basically plan to say you're going to do a particular video, and so many things can go wrong. Because at the end of the day, here are the steps that you have to take when you're a YouTuber. One, and whereas when you're a Christian apologist, here's how it is for me. One, I decide the subject that I'm going to do. Two, I do my necessary biblical checks and so forth, as in I study the subject for myself, gather my text and so forth, look at context, look at Greek word, look at Hebrew word, look at different translations. Sometimes I'm looking at Bible commentary. I might do a mini Google search, the whole works. And then after I do that now, then I present what I'm going to present. And while I'm presenting what I'm going to present, I have to control the timing in which I'm going to say what I want to say. So that's the next step again, And oftentimes we don't get to say everything that we would want to say because we're trying to control time. And because of the pressure to control time, we may not necessarily convey or communicate the point as how we would want to. Someone suggested to me one time if I use a script when I am doing YouTube video, and I told him no. And if I should resort to using a script, it would probably be a lot harder, and here's why. I'm now doing videos practically every day, at least 5 times per week, right? So to find the time to basically write down what I'm going to say and so forth, right? There's no way I could write down what I'm going to say and the exact words that I should use and so forth, and write down all the details of what I'm going to say. You know how much time that is going to take? That is going to take far more time. If it was a case where I never do so many videos per week, then it would be possible. So because I'm not using a script, all I can do is basically try to memorize, know the points that I'm going to raise, and memorize things in my head and then speak. Right? So sometimes you will see me with my phone in my hand, I'm reading the information from my phone to you, right? Whenever I'm recording the video. After I finish record the video now, I then put it in an app that I have, right? Where I use to edit the things that I'm doing. So any information that I'm reading from, I can put it on the screen through the app and so forth. And I make my necessary corrections by typing in things and say, oh, correction, this is what I actually meant. Because sometimes I don't necessarily say the thing that I want to say. I don't say it how I intended to say it. And sometimes I make errors, grammatical errors, and a variety of other things. Right? And if I should really sit down and listen my video first to see what needs to cut out, everything, listening from start to finish, what needs to cut out, and then after I do that, I put it in the app, and then go to edit again. It will be so much harder to basically do that. much more time it would actually take. So I just put it in the app right away, and instead of cutting out an error, I would just make a correction and say, correction here, this is what I meant. Because any other route is going to make it so much harder. After I done the work of editing, which sometimes takes a long time, right, to edit and so forth. And let me make a disclaimer here. Even if I should choose to cut out certain things, sometimes the video is done in a way that if I actually cut out what is there, then the message is basically going to be lost. It is not said in a way where I can just easily cut it out like that, because if I cut it out, then the apps that I use, it won't make sense what I'm actually saying, because I'm going to cut out other information as well from it. Right? So that's another thing again. So even after I edit it from the app, that I have, right? And editing finished, then it's loading now, and sometimes it can take some time to load. After it finished load now, and then I have the edited version. It may take up to 10 minutes and so on. Next now I upload it to YouTube. The longer the video, the more gig, and I now shoot in 4K, last year and beyond, I had a lower quality phone, so it wasn't in 4K. So now I have a phone that can give me 4K resolution. And in giving me 4K resolution, the longer the video, the bigger the gig, and the longer it's going to take to even upload on YouTube. Right, guys? Remember my video titled Church Hurt? It threw me off for that week because I made so much attempt to do the video, and because the amount of gig, my phone did actually run out on space. Right? And I never knew that was the issue. And I do the video over and over, right, until I do the final part that you actually watch. And guys, because it's 50 odd minutes long, it took a whole lot of gig, and it takes long to actually edit, and then it takes long to upload. Right? Now, most time when I upload a video, after the finish upload on YouTube, I then have things that I want to put in the comment section. And sometimes because of the time expended to do the video, upload, and it take long to upload, I may end up have to fall asleep, because when you look at the time, it's late. And then you would see me like a couple hours afterwards, I would then insert the information in the comment section. Because I can't wait for the video to actually done upload. Right? I can't wait for it to finish upload. So sometime I would even wake up even in the morning, and I'm doing it early in the morning, and I lose sleep a lot of times. Edit, upload, and then you would see me send a text message sometime. I send message in my comment section and say, guys, I will upload the information in a few hours time. The tiredness that I feel, I just have to take a break and say I'm going to upload it afterwards, because by the time I'm through, sometime I feel so tired. I need to take the break and then post it in the information in the comment section. And due to that, the delay, I sometimes forget what I had planned to post in the comment section. I sometimes actually forget, because as I finish one video, I go on to a next video, and I sometimes may forget that I'm supposed to send some information in the comment section. I'm telling you, all the hardship of being a YouTuber. I had to buy this. This is something that is to help me to sleep, and it's because I'm doing YouTube. I have a tablet that I've been taking for quite some time now. Iron tablet, it's not finished yet, but in the near future I might have to buy some tonic, some energy supplement. You guys believe that YouTube is a joke? It's not a joke, trust me. This is something to let me sleep and give me better sleep. So when I'm late, I'm working late on this, and I take this, it should help me to get a better sleep. And even if I get short amount of sleep, I won't feel like a zombie, right? It increases my quality of sleep. And it's because of YouTube I have to buy this. Right, guys? What else do I want to tell you? After the hardship in finish uploading and so forth, I then have to share my video to so many different platforms. Share it to Facebook, then share it to all the Facebook groups that I'm in, and then share it on my Instagram, then I share it on my WhatsApp status, right? That is just one aspect of it, guys. That is just one aspect of it. The videos, sometimes we put so much effort into some videos and it doesn't get the views that we would be expecting it to get. Right? So these are the hardship that we face on YouTube. Now, another thing that I want to tell you, I had stopped recording videos so late at this hour, and the reason for that is that even one of my subscribers, a good friend of mine, tell me that sometimes they see the tiredness in my face, and that is when I'm recording videos so late. So I try to stay far from doing that, because at the end of the day, it may not look professional to see my face looking a certain way and you're going before the camera. You guys have no idea how YouTube can be hard. So sometimes what I try to do instead, sometimes it may be better for me to get some sleep first and then wake up and then do the video. Because if I'm tired, you're going to see it in my face and it's not going to look good, my facial expression. So some of my videos, I might sound lame. I don't sound energetic. It's because I'm tired. And I'm still pushing it. You understand? A lot of times I want to yarn. And I don't know if some of you ever see it, but I do it in such a way that you may not even realize that I'm actually yarning. Right? And I use the rear camera on my what you call it again? Oh gosh, why do I forget the name of it? I use the rear camera on the thing that I use to hold my phone, right? I forgot the name. I'll put it on the screen. I don't know what is happening to my mind right now, right? But I use the rear camera, right? And I put it on the phone holder. I can't think of the name right now. I don't know what happened, guys. But I put it on the phone holder. It looks like this, right? And if I use a front camera, the resolution is going to be different. And so because I'm basically using the rear camera, I can't see what is happening. If I'm using the front camera and I feel like I want to yarn, I can just easily touch a button and stop, yarn, and then come back. But because I'm using the rear camera, I can't do that. I can't pause it. I would probably have to move and then come back and so forth. It's difficult because I'm using the rear camera. So I'm sharing with you all the hardship, I'm sharing with you all the hardship of being a YouTuber, right? And let us talk about the financial aspect of it now. Now, I remember in my video talking about church hurt, where I tell you guys that we are now living in the church, the spirit of ecumenism rests in the church, right? And as a result of that, an apologetics ministry is going to be something very difficult. It's very much needed, but it's going to be very much difficult, because the day and age that we're living in, people just say, oh, everyone have their own different interpretation and we have a right to believe what we want to believe. Leave people alone with what they believe. This is the type of energy that comes from Christians. And so persons sometimes, I believe, are afraid to share my videos because of possibly offense that may come from it. They have their friends and so forth, and it's controversial, and so persons may be timid, some persons, to share my stuff. They're afraid of possible persecution, losing friends and so forth, because my channel is about calling out error and falsehood. So it makes what I'm doing all the more harder. And this is why apologists are less likely to even hit 1,000 subscriber mark. 10,000, 100,000, it's very difficult for an apologist to actually score that amount of numbers on YouTube. Because of the nature of apologetics, it is very difficult. You have to work twice or 3 times as hard as an average man who just does casual Christian message for edification and so forth. You have to work a lot harder. And considering the Seventh-day Adventist Church too, because it's about dealing with Seventh-day Adventism. They are considered by a lot of evangelicals to be Christian. Yeah, right? Most evangelicals are not aware of the true nature of Adventism. And so the Seventh-day Adventist Church have their sympathizers that come from the evangelical body. So it makes it hard for me, because I share this with evangelicals and they're timid to even share the videos, because it's like you're bashing a Christian church. Seventh-day Adventist is seen as a Christian church. And then in the country that I am in, it is dominant by Seventh-day Adventists. That makes it all the more timid. I believe why some persons wouldn't share my video. They'll watch it, but they'll probably be afraid to actually share it. So I have to work extremely hard. And here how the financial part come in now. I shared in the beginning of the video, this video, right? A picture, right? And we're going to talk about the picture now. In simple terms, lies actually sell faster and more than the truth. People are quicker to buy into a lie than they will buy into what is true. And that is just the sad reality, guys, of what actually is. People are much quicker to buy a lie than they would buy a truth. Now, let's talk about the last main struggle of being a YouTuber like myself. The financial part. Like I would have stated, I put out a lot of work to actually do videos daily and so forth. And then comes the sharing part. And then comes the probability that your video that you work the hardest on might not necessarily get the views you're expecting it to. And sometimes it's video that takes less work, that you're putting less work on. Sometimes it is the ones that get more views, right? And sometimes the videos that you work the hardest at, which you more desire for persons to watch, they are the ones that persons don't watch. So you can't know what your subscriber is going to be more interested in and what they won't be into. So it's like you're left in a position where it's just trial and error for you. You have to continue sample different topics and see how they are going to respond to it. And so this is how eventually you will know your subscriber, what is it that they want and what they desire and so forth. Right? This is the struggle of being a YouTuber. Now the financial part, I can't leave out that. Since I have to work so hard, harder than average Christian YouTubers, the probability of me reaching 1,000 subscribers is a lot more difficult. The probability of me whipping up thousands of views and maybe get get paid from YouTube is even smaller. Even if I achieve it, I have to do a much harder work than average person. So I'm left in a position where I have to depend on my subscribers for this, and it's actually something that I don't really want to do. And here's why. There's a reason why most Christian churches actually teach tithing, as a mandatory thing, Both Sabbath keepers, which is expected because they are law promoters, right? So you can't be surprised when law promoters like SDAs, Hebrew Israelite, they teach tithing and so forth. Even though they take some aspect of the laws of the law and leave out some, it's not surprised when they take any element from the law and say you have to do it now. But when you find Sunday worshippers who basically say we are not under the law, and you find them still keeping something that comes under the law, it should really have you thinking. I'm going to do a video on tithing one day, very, very soon. It's coming, right? And while they teach that they're not under the law, they still teach tithing, which is hypocritical, right? And I don't judge them, and here's why. They don't trust their members to actually give donations if they should actually know that it's a choice of theirs and not something mandatory. And I prove this based off my own ministry. Because the evils of tithing, is because you do it simply because you in your mind, God tell you to do it. Right? So versus if you had the knowledge that it is something of your own choice, that is when your hearts would more be tested, knowing that you don't have to do it and you actually do it. And so tithing actually rob you from getting blessing, because you don't do it out of a willing heart. You do it out of necessity. That scripture passage completely obliterate tithing, right? But I'm going to do a video on it soon and get it in full length, right? That text alone obliterate tithing, because once tithing is taught, you're not giving out of necessity, so you don't get the blessing that you ought to get, because how you're doing it mentally, you're doing it because you should, and Malachi tell you that if you do it, God is going to open the windows of heaven. So your motive for doing it is basically so that God can give you back something in return. So it's not genuine. You understand? And this is what the concept of New Testament offering and how you give and so forth. It must be genuine. Out of a willing heart, God loves a cheerful giver. You give, not necessarily expecting, in return. You give because you love God. You know you don't have to. Right? But you give and you pour out accordingly as God bless you. They are afraid to not teach you the truth about tithing because they don't trust you. Right? That you will actually give, because no ministry can survive without money. And they don't trust you because if you have knowledge of this, then you're probably not going to give much of your money. And my ministry is a proof of that. I never one day tell any of you that you should do this and God is going to do this for you if you do this and so forth, as many persons do. Your mega preachers like your T.D. Jakes, Joel Osteen, all of those persons tell you what's going to happen for you if you give this and this money. So people manipulate you in order to get in money from you and so forth, That is how people do it. And those who do such, they get tons and tons of cash. But a simple guy like me will just say, after you don't pay all your bills and so forth, what is left that you should give to me? I do it the honest way. I have not much to gain by doing it the honest way, because only one person actually donates to me. One person. And that one person is not a farmer Seventh-day Adventist. Think about that. How do you think I would feel? Do you think I would feel encouraged to actually be doing videos upon top of videos? No, because I'm not gaining at all from it, and no ministry can survive without money. As a human being, I have needs to, and by giving my time to do this that consumes so much of my time, you know how much money I can actually make by just leaving this thing alone? The amount of money that I can make that could fulfill all my needs, right? And how my subscribers would actually encourage me, is by giving some form of financial support, because what that would do is that it would relieve me from actually be looking to seek another job right now, which I'm currently doing. I'm trying to see if I can get a second job with the one that I have already, right? Because I'm not getting much from this. I'm not getting much donations, none of that. And I have needs. I talk about my struggles with sex. How am I going to ever get married? I'm going to continue be battling, because if I'm broke and I don't have sufficient money, I can't even think about getting married. So I'm caught in a difficult position. If I keep this ministry and I don't find some other solution, since I'm not getting any donation, I'm never going to get married. And I'm going to continue having to wrestle with this. I can choose to just give up this ministry, and it would be far easier to make more money by doing other things, right? Give up this ministry, make money, and live my life, find a wife, and be happily ever after, and don't care about whether SDAs continue on with their errors and so forth, and not just SDAs, other groups that are teaching falsehood, not caring who get deceived. Just celebrate the fact that God enlightened me, right? And I am now woke and cannot. Well, I don't want to say cannot, but I can't be easily deceived again. You understand? So I'm safe, right? And I can just say, oh, I'm safe, and don't business about anybody else, right? And just go on with my life. I can easily choose to do that. But I choose to do this simply because I love it, and I'm not really gaining much out of it. I used to put on my screen to support my challenge and so forth, but I stopped doing it because I don't want it to be like I'm actually begging my supporters to support me. I'm expecting that in your hearts, you would probably say, boy, he's doing a lot of work and he's working hard and he has needs and so forth. Let me give him a little donation. I'm expecting you to do that. If it was a case where I was using manipulation, then the likelihood of me getting funds would be better. So when you go about things the honest way, sometimes it's a struggle. And these things can be very discouraging at times, trust me. Because a lot of times I think about giving up. I don't have the full support from my mother, right? Because this is a total waste of time as far as she's concerned. You know how much support I would get from her if it was a case where I can say I'm actually getting something from it? Some financial support. If my mother wants certain things where money is concerned, I can't find it to give her. I could if I leave this ministry alone. You understand the point that I'm making? So I constantly have to battle the temptation to not stop. And my subscribers sometimes doesn't make it any easier. And I'm not trying to guilt trip you, you know. I'm not trying to guilt trip you or anything, but I'm just opening your mind to the realities because I know that several YouTubers share the same sentiments as myself. Several YouTubers, they share the same sentiments as myself here, right? Where the struggles of YouTube is concerned. And I'm going to basically come to a close now. There is one more thing that I need to say. You realize that oftentimes I am in a different suit. And you know that it wouldn't look proper to see me in something, the same thing over and over again. That's also a part of it, you know. I sometimes change location where I shoot my videos and so forth. I'm now in my room and this is the least out of all the places to record a video. Here is my least favorite. But I'm not going to be able to record videos at the places that I do all the time. Sometimes I record it at my workplace. I don't live at my workplace, so I'm not going to be able to record it there all the time. Sometimes I record it in the living room. But there is traffic sometime in the living room because I don't live alone. And I can't tell the persons that stay where you are inside the room because I have videos recording and so forth and they are going to understand and wait on me while they have their business in the house to deal with. No. If it was a case where I'm getting money from this now, perhaps they would be encouraged to actually work with me. But the very fact that I'm not getting a cent from this, who would want to say they are going to inconvenience themselves for something that is useless? And we are talking about non-believers, you know. It's not like they're believers, you know. They are non-believers, so you have to understand how the chain of thought work. For non-believers, money would actually move them. You understand? So when I tell you I struggle with discouragement, that is why I felt the way I felt last when I talk about church hurt. No one knows the hardship that I face. And when people say things to basically either invalidate and say things that are very discouraging, right? And the time that I waste at the church that I was in, you understand that these are some of the triggers that nearly made me backslide. These were some of the triggers. Nobody knows how hard this YouTube thing is. And when I would have found a different church, which would have probably give increased subscribers or make the growth bigger, you understand now that I'm telling you the hardship, why I felt the way I felt, and I almost give up and say this Christian thing is foolishness. Yeah. Even with my ministry sometime, it also gave me the trigger. I'd probably have to beg, right? And look at who actually give me support. Somebody who is not a farmer Adventist. If there's anyone who should be looking to give me as much support as possible, it should be Farmer Seventh-day Adventists. Remember, I know, Farmer SDAs, ex-SDAs who basically do what I do are few. Very, very, very limited amount. And I know that most of you want the truth to get out. And Adventism and every cult. But yet still, you don't give the type of support that I would expect that you would give. How am I going to actually do this if I don't get financial support? And you guys should already know that when you're a man and you're broke, not a good thing at all. There is pressure on you as a man to actually have money. Which woman is going to stick around without money? I could easily just stop to this, get money, and find a wife quickly. No pressures with the flesh, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Guys, I'm going to end this video now, right? But I hope that you understand where I'm coming from. So sometime when I say that I'm going to do a video X time and it don't happen, you understand that it could be technical difficulties, editing and so forth. And there are even times when I look at my video and I'm saying, you know, this video is too long and I still don't say everything that I would want to say. I have to cut out some part out of it. There's so much technicalities. If I continue to speak, I'm not going to end. So you hear about the technicalities, the discouragement from being a YouTuber sometimes that you face, and the whole works of things. It's not easy, guys. So continue to pray me up, support however you can, share, like, subscribe, comment, and your donation as well, right? However small it is, it will actually help me and help the channel to grow. It will help me to produce more. If it's a case where I'm getting enough financial support, I wouldn't even have to attempt to look another job. And COVID-19, my country is doing worse where COVID-19 is concerned out of all the Caribbean islands. To get a job right now and is not going to be easy. And if yes, to get a job, it won't be easy at all, guys. And even if I'm going to get a job, you know, the fact that I upload so often during the week, it would be better for me to get basically a weekend job rather than a part-time job doing weekdays. Because if I have a part-time job doing weekdays, I wouldn't be able to operate this channel because it's usually after work I basically record video. So if after my regular work, I'm going to go to another work during the week, where am I going to find time to actually record videos and post? It is just not possible. So a weekend job is actually better for me. And here's the problem now. Weekend jobs, to get a job where you only work on the weekend, it's gonna be even harder than getting a job where you can work during the weekdays and so on. Right, guys? So these are all the struggles that I have from my YouTube. I am sometimes confused, as in I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. Many times I think about stopping, to stop this thing altogether, and life would basically solve itself for me if I just simply stop, look another job, and I can make so much amount of money. To find a wife now would be easy. Even if I find a young lady now, what's the point if I'm not financially stable? It's not going to work out. You know that a woman can perhaps not be financially stable and things work out if you as a man you're financially stable. The man, that is our thing. Man's role is to basically provide. So you have to understand how it go. You can't be broke as a man. You understand? So every day I battle the temptation to stop from doing this. Every day. And what I believe, you know, is that Satan is behind these kind of things, and he uses this to basically discourage honest Christian teachers of the word. I think he used these kind of things to basically discourage them from actually delivering the word. Because who actually makes the money and get money? False teachers. And he ensures that genuine teachers of the word don't get as much by basically hardening the hearts of his listeners, right? So that they don't give much, and then that person will probably get discouraged and just leave the ministry altogether. Trust me, I know that Satan is behind all of this, but I'm still trusting God. I'm still trusting God, and I am still hopeful. Hopeful that things will get better one day, because in truth and in fact, I really love what I do. And the last thing I would want is to stop, because if I stop to, all the persons who don't believe in me and believe in what I am doing, right? All the persons who have their ecumenism spirit that doesn't want me to do what I am doing, they would have won. They would have won. The minute I stop, they would have won. And I don't want that, because I love what I do actually. You understand? So all I can do right now is to just trust God. There is nothing else that I can do. Just trust God. So here you have it. This is a rather lengthy video. I pour out my soul telling you the struggles that I face as a YouTuber. Right? I do hope that you're edified by it. Now you know what to do. You've listened to everything what I said. I don't need to tell you what to do now, right? But I'm still going to tell you. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Right? And any support that you can give, even financial support, it will be greatly appreciated. Bye bye now.